Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Hello, my dear and esteemed students, to a new lesson of English. This lesson will be part number 2 of the first lesson in unit number 7. It has the title of Health and First Aid. Yeah. Let's do the tasks required from us. Number A. Read the article on course book page number 79 and match the words from 1 to 8 to their definitions from A to H. Here, my students, we have two columns. The first one on the left, there are a lot of, or 8 words, and on the right we have another column which are the definitions of the previous words. Now let's read the first column. Number 1, life expectancy in line number 1. 2, sit up, line number 7. 3, improve, line number 8. Eradicated, line number 15. Victims, line number 24. Cooperation, line number 29. Encouraged, line number 38. And finally, number 8, borders, in line number 45. And on the right we have completely destroyed, supported, created, how long a person is likely to live, working together, make better, the frontiers between countries, and finally number H, people who are hurt or killed. Let's match between the first word or phrase, life expectancy, and its definition. So life expectancy means how long a person is likely to live. How long a person is likely to live. So here we can match it with number D. Now number 2, sit up. Sit up means created. 3, improve. What's the meaning of improve? Improve means to make better. Number 4, eradicated. It means completely destroyed. Number 5, victims. Here victims means people who are hurt or killed. Cooperation in line number 29. It means working together. Encouraged means supported. And finally borders. It means the frontiers between countries. Now, after reading this text, my dear students, you can find out the meanings yourselves, and here are the answers in front of you. Number 1 with D, number 2 with C, 3 F, 4 A, 5 H, 6 E, 7 B, and 8 number G. You can write them down, my students. Now let's do practice number B. Complete the phrases or sentences with words from the books, then find the phrases or sentences in the article and check your answers. We have these propositions. Number 1, of, to. Number 2 is to. Number 3 is from, and number 4 is by. And we want to fill in the spaces with them. Yes, number 1, 20 years later, the world average increased to 56 years. Number 2. The World Health Organization was set up by the countries of the United Nations. 3. Before it was eradicated, 15 million people suffered from smallpox every year. 4. Many people were blinded by the disease. Number 5. This terrible disease had been eradicated from every country in the world. Number 6. The WHO believes that people should be reminded of the dangers of smoking and should be encouraged to stop. And finally, smallpox was not eradicated until the countries of the world agreed to work together. So here are the answers in front of you, my students. You can write them down in your books. Now what about practice number C? Practice number C says, what do these words refer to? Number 1, them in line number 5. 2, them in line number 16. 3, such a thing in line 21. That in line number 35. Which in line number 39. Let's do them one by one. Number 1, them. Them refers to the reasons for the increase in life expectancy. Number 2, also here we have them, but in line number 16, people who suffered from smallpox before it was eradicated. 3, such a thing in line number 21 refers to the eradication of a disease from every country in the world. That in line number 35, yes, refers to 5.4 million people each year, and which in line number 39 refers to World No Tobacco Day. Alright, now let's move to the practice number D. Work in pairs. Explain these phrases or sentences from the article in your own words. Number 1, roughly equal to 7 times the population of Libya. Lines 26-27. 2, a number of important lessons have been learned since 1948. Lines 41-42. 3, disease does not recognize national borders or religious, political, racial, or economic differences between countries. Lines 44-46. And finally, number 4, science alone is not enough. Line number 50. Now we want to explain the phrases or sentences. Number 1, roughly equal to 7 times the population of Libya. The population of Libya is approximately 5.5 million. 40 million is roughly 7 times that. Number 2, a number of important lessons have been learned since 1948. Mistakes in the past help people understand better ways to progress. 3, disease doesn't recognize national borders or religious, political, racial, or economic differences between countries. Diseases affect all people and all countries. Number 4, science alone is not enough. Scientific advances can only help solve problems if people cooperated too. Now, after doing this practice number D, we can end up this lesson, the second part of this lesson, in unit number 7, and it has the title of Health and First Aid. So thank you very much, my dear students, for listening to me. Finally, goodbye.